All right, we are live. YouTube, are you working? Come on. Yes, you are working. Thank God. All right. Welcome. And welcome, Maya. Thanks for joining me and commentating on this fine day for commentating Bridge.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Um, BradyBot is currently live streaming the other table, and we don't want to interfere. We would like to be broadcasting like different things. So we're going to be watching Lewis versus Millens, and we've got the Carmichaels versus the Rimsteads, which I'm excited about. This is going to be a fun table to watch.
I feel like the semifinals on both sides are really fun teams. It's hard to root for someone because I feel like I'm rooting for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when I originally started commentating with one of the OG Bridge livestream commentators, V8 Mama, she said, "We're rooting for good Bridge. We're not rooting for anything else in particular. We just want to see people playing well." And like, of course, I have my friends that I want to root on. Um, in specific, I'm rooting for Amber Lynn on the Go team, and unfortunately, they were playing the Chow team in the USA 2 bracket, but um, one of them had to go, but they were all friends of mine. So, um, also, uh, I guess I have to. We've got to introduce Maya a little bit. Um, she's been playing. How long have you been playing? It feels like it's been a pretty recent.
Yeah, I'm a fairly new duplicate bridge player. I played like kitchen table bridge as like in college. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't I didn't actually I wish I had at the time known about all the resources there are for people who want to play like at the college level. Like my now husband, then uh fairly new friend and we met in college and we both kind of knew how to play bridge a little bit and we were really excited about it, but just like didn't realize there were all these resources available. So we kind of played kitchen table bridge for a while, and then it was really when we moved to New York in the fall of 2021 that
Mm.
this is my horse in the ring here is Team Dinkin because Yoko Sobel is the one who really like got us to bridge. Um,
Ah. Yeah,
we
Yoko's fun.
played. We just showed up to like the club, the Bridge Club, which was then up on 87th Street in Manhattan, and we played one day that turned out during fall nationals, and so we put up a pretty good score because a lot of the good players were out at fall nationals. We like had no idea. We were
Mm-hmm.
just looking for something to fill an afternoon, and Yoko invited us to this like underground bridge game she organized at a brewery
Oh my
deep
gosh.
in Brooklyn. So our like Wednesday night plan every week became taking the subway an hour out of the city to go to this game that Yoko would organize at this like bar, and everyone would be drinking and playing, and I would be sitting there like totally sober,
Trying
trying my
so hard.
hardest to like, remember which cards have been played. Uh, we would always get put on a team with like the best players because we were so clearly the worst players.
Oh.
So we were lucky enough to have good teammates, and it was just like so fun, and that like got us into bridge. So she's my we ha- I'm Team Yoko, today is Team Dinkin,
Yes.
uh, and yeah, and then have kind of been doing bridge professionally for about a year and a half now.
Awesome. And were you playing in this? Was it this event last year?
Yeah, I was playing in this event last year. Not the semifinals. We
Right, but
round robin. We did really well on day one. We did really poorly on day two. But had a really it was so fun. This event is so much fun.
yes.
Uh, I was screen mates, which at this event means like roommates. You're in like a little
Room.
room.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard about this, but it's like there's this hotel and they rent out all these rooms and they mostly take the beds out, but sometimes there are beds in there. And they set up two computers. And so you sit with your opponent, just one of them, in this room on these tablets. So you're like playing on tablets and you can talk to your screen mate like out loud because, you know, your partner is in a different room. Um, And I had Tom Carmichael.
Oh, that's fun.
And I also had Kevin. So I was screen mates with both of these
Oh,
guys
awesome.
um, on the last day, which didn't go well for us. And I also was like 3 months pregnant, which was an exciting development in the whole thing.
That sounds like a lot.
So I hadn't really like told anyone, and I was in this room with Tom, and we had been playing so much. We were playing four-handed, and I just like sat on the floor. Like there are chairs and everything, but I just like I couldn't sit in the chair anymore. I was like, like I've never met this guy before. Anyway, uh, but it was. I mean, it's so fun, and the people were so fun, and um, I'm like jealous that they're there now, and I'm not.
I yeah, I'm excited to be able to like try to like attempt to be playing in this caliber of event or this particular event like sometime in like the near future. Be an absolute dream. Um but yeah, I was really really excited when I saw your name. I was rooting for you immediately. Like just after that like we met each other like in the Louisville I was introduced to you by Drew Cavalier and like I mean like as soon as I saw you I'm like I am rooting for you in anything you do with Bridge. Friend of Drew's is a friend of mine, so once I saw your name on there I'm like that is a team that I want to win. Let's go.
Well, likewise. I hear you're playing with Drew in the LMs this summer.
Yes, and we have yet to practice.
Love that. Excellent. It'll go great.
Yeah, time is a resource that just goes away very very quickly. Also need to address that we have a Maya fan in chat. You know Borktot Sriram. He is in chat and he said, "Hey Maya, let's go."
Hi.
uh,
It's my first time streaming, guys. I've never streamed.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I appreciate your support. It means the world. I was so stressed out going into this event last year because it's stressful being on ViewGraph, right? Like
oh
all your
yeah,
mistakes were broadcast. Like at one point, I didn't know, I forgot what we had agreed to, in some bidding sequence, and my alert said something like that, like, I don't know what this means. It might be this or it might be this. And then, of course, like that made it onto the stream. Um, but it actually, I like it. I was very stressed about it, but it ended up being really fun.
yeah. All right, and Maya's also been working on also the social media journey for Bridge. If you have seen her Instagram, NYC Bridge, are you also on Facebook as well under the same?
I'm not on Facebook. I probably should be, given the demographics of the community, but so far I'm just on Instagram.
Gotcha. But yeah, she makes really fun Bridge posts. She's been like on her story, she's been doing like these little commentaries of like what's been happening in the matches. So if people are unable to. Okay, I'm quiet versus Maya. Thank you, Ewan.
Am I
But
too loud or is it too quiet?
no, it's something I just need to adjust in my settings.
Okay,
I'm
it's
too
not
quiet,
okay.
relative. But yeah. So go check her out, NYC Bridge on Instagram, and also you also have your own Twitch channel at this point, right?
I have a Twitch channel. There's been no content posted. It's more aspirational, but it's Bridge, 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 but there's no E in the last bridge. Bridge, Bridge, Bridge.
But no E in the last bridge. Love
Yeah,
it. That is
that's
that is so fun.
I think when I named it, I didn't realize it was like important, which I mean, it's not because no one follows me, so I could change it, but that's where it is right now. So if anyone wants to follow that channel,
Yeah.
maybe I'll stream in the future.
Uh-oh, what's happened? There we are. Um yeah, so we just got a shout out for you. I'm going to go follow real quick.
Love that.
And I'm sure that there's going to be a bunch of people flocking there now.
Maybe I should go and like add a picture.
Well, I subscribed. There is a channel, and I doubt that there's any other channel called Bridge without the last E. Um, Oh, you weren't listening to me anyway, Jacob? Well, fine. Fair, I guess. Maya's voice is beautiful, and she knows what she's talking about, okay? Maybe I don't. All right. Well, I think we should start like actually commentating. Um
Yeah.
we've got a hand on the table. What's going on here? Uh
All right.
Ooh,
So East is dealing and opening a heart on this 5-5.
it is a 5-5. So we do I guess it's 6-5 come alive, but that heart suit is ew. Ew.
9/5. Luckily, partner has his bid.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Jenny. Um so
Two diamonds heart support.
yeah. Oh, it's showing heart support, 10 plus points. And uh two spades accepts most limits. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. You got 5-5. And asking Slamish, any 5-5 was 3 diamonds. 3 hearts is asking more information. And the suit is clubs. Okay. So it's nice to have a way to just show a specific 5-5.
And this is looking pretty good here, right?
Oh, it's covering some of Kevin's cards. Oopsie. Bad streamer.
They're not, he doesn't have very good cards.
Yeah, it's not important, Bork Talk. You don't need to worry about Kevin's cards.
Clubs are 3-3, hearts are 2-2. They're off one key card. So it seems hard to go wrong on this one.
Yeah, Bork Talk was saying looks like routine 6 hearts. Jenny will key card. Yes, Bork. It also says that Bridge's next live stream will be Friday, May 16th.
Oh, this is just me not really knowing how to do Twitch. I set a pre-scheduled stream, but I have no. Anyone want to stream on Friday? We could do it.
That is the one day that I'm not available. Bork, you want to stream with Maya?
I don't know. Maybe Thursday. How about Thursday? Anyone want to stream Thursday? Gotta change it.
All right, so we get a spade lead. Unfortunately, Kevin is finessing partner. Very rude. Might make life a little bit easier because they have one less club loser to deal with, but the clubs do split 3-3.
It's always hard. I mean, it's easy when you're looking from this perspective to see that this contract is going to come in.
Yeah.
It's a really different experience actually playing it and thinking about all the ways it could go wrong.
Agreed.
This one is not going to go wrong.
It just isn't.
Tom is playing it pretty quickly. Now he's claiming a few tricks in, but it's easy, I think, when streaming to simplify some of these hands just because everything's working.
Yeah. All right. So Jenny's got a excuse me, morning voice. Jenny's got a very nice hand here. 6-4. Get a 1-no trump overcall from Cecilia. And Tom, is he going to opt to show his diamonds, or is he just going to throw out... Oh, wait. Partner did not open 1-no. Gotta wake up here.
This hand is kind of misfitty. I feel like...
Yeah.
I think his hand is good, but it's not.
2 clubs is showing 1 minor or major plus minor. And 2 spades, probably guaranteeing 6.
There must be no interest in, right, showing kind of a single suited hand.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to deal with your minor. No, thank you.
It's Jenny doesn't think it's worth exploring what he could have a 4-card heart suit.
True.
I guess she's read correctly that this isn't the hand to keep bidding find a way to end the auction.
Yeah, and it's good that she did because Cecilia has got a little bit of a threat going on over Jenny. So she's going to try to use the clubs to pitch the diamond loser. Probably going to try to pick up the heart suit is the next bit of the plan. Or just try to pick up the spade suit. Finesses into the jack, unfortunately. She's just got an entry problem.
Right. I mean, yeah, so club is her only safe. After this trick, Cecilia has some tricky exits, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
now when she wins the ace of spades, she can exit a spade.
Yes. She's planned that very well. She has a safe exit there. And now Jenny's going to have a difficult exit. An impossible exit, even. I think we call that being end played. Cecilia going into the minor tank.
Well, it's a little bit tricky here, right? She might want... There's a world where the ace of diamonds looks like a good card to play. But it isn't this one.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, maybe you want... I mean, like, don't you want just 2 exits, I guess? Like, where you can exit the ace of diamonds and the eight of spades, but... a heart certainly is not the way to go. I mean, I think ace of diamonds and eight of spades are both pretty safe at this point. Unless Jenny was the one who held 3 diamonds. Which is certainly possible. Smash it. You don't need to smash us. Okay? Don't do that. And also Ewan is here too. You guys are not alone. Oh, Bork, come on. Really? No. Not true. Could not smash us single-handedly. So, what is Cecilia envisioning for Jenny's hand at this point? Like, what kind of hand would it be right to be playing? I mean, I guess the thing is that it could certainly be right to play ace of hearts and another heart.
Right.
If partner has the king and can give her a rough.
Partner played the 3 from Queen 7, 3-2.
Wait. Am I frozen?
I see you now. I think maybe you were for a second.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. My love bridge was frozen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was like her shot to set the contract.
She went ace of hearts. Yeah.
Don't, Smashy, don't cut your hand off to become single-handed. That's just weird. All right. She went for the setting line, which is the correct thing to do at Imps. I think that if given another opportunity, the same thing is probably going to happen at the other tables.
Yeah, and this match is not really close enough that over tricks want to be your big concern.
Other table? Oh, well, yeah. Other table, I guess, is behind. They found 6 hearts. Same lead. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Why is my stream sad?
Do you want to switch to the other room where they're still playing?
Yeah, I'm switched there.
Perfect. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, so not quite the same auction in this room because the Carmichaels had that kind of interesting treatment of 2 diamonds on this auction, but they found the same spot.
And it's probably going to be played like literally exactly the same. Take this heart finesse and see what happens. Yes, Rubenstein versus Dinkin is 2 imps difference at the moment. It is true. It is a more intense match, but I believe BradyBot is watching it, and I don't want to be doing the same thing as BradyBot because what BradyBot is doing is what Brady's bot is doing. Have content from both tables, from everywhere. You got to spread it out. Unless Maya wants to go watch Yoko, we can totally do that too.
Well, maybe if this, I'm going to check and see where they are in the match, because maybe once this one's done, if they're still playing.
Yeah. Because it is board 14. We have, because I just woke up, we couldn't start on time, unfortunately.
They're just on the last board over here as well, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now Rubenstein is up by 2.
Yep.
1-3 to 131.
Wowzers. Yes, any test. It is a midday stream for you, but it is morning for me. But glad you're here, and yeah, we're live streaming some United States Bridge Championship stuff. All right. Let's see if the same thing happens on this board as it did in the other room. Is Joan going to be able to stop in 2 spades?
So in the other match, on these cards, Emma and Joe got too high.
Oh.
They got all the way to 3 spades and went down.
Yeah, you don't need partner to have the king of hearts anymore. You can just exit
Right.
a spade and be like, yeah, make a decision, declare. We get a double from Shan.
Right. There's no alerts here.
Yeah.
Normally this double is.
What could it mean? I mean, maybe it's just a penalty, pure penalty double. Which is...
How does one know do? And then...
Yeah, this is a fun proposition. Paul is probably like quaking in his boots right now, not able to save partner from anything.
And I mean, Joan has, from a high card points perspective, a minimum, and a quite offensive hand. So it's like tempting to not want to defend with this hand, but
yeah.
But I mean, she has her bid. It's not like she opened some like 6-4-9 count.
I mean, just passing 1-no vulnerable when you are unfavorable when you are favorable seems like it's just too juicy of a proposition to not do. But 2 spades comes around.
Couldn't get it. She couldn't stomach it, and she's not the only one.
Yeah. It's really hard. You've got 1 ace, you know?
Right.
You don't know what partner's got over there. 1-no, probably.
So
Go ahead.
Yeah. at the other table where this auction started the same way, Emma opened a spade and unbid a no trump. Drew doubled, again, presumably for penalty. And now Rubenstein had a run out. He bid 2 clubs showing clubs and a higher with this 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
And then Emma's double was for takeout.
Right.
Which isn't, I mean, I don't quite because it's so ambiguous what Rubenstein has. So then Joe Grew bids 2 diamonds and she tries to correct to 2 hearts, but then he insists on 3 diamonds. And finally they land in 3 spades. So that's how they got too high. But having that run out was really important there.
Yeah. They found a much safer 2 clubs contract. Granted, 2 clubs doesn't go much better, but it's still, you got some trump on your side. You got a little bit of a safety net.
And it's hard to double it, I think. It's harder for Emma and Joe to find double when
right.
They do have an 8-card club fit.
Oh. Wake up. Jeez. So play is going almost the same. The clubs were not cash to pitch, and now there's a blockage issue. There's no way to pitch this diamond anymore.
There it is.
So spade just continuing to draw the trump. Like, I see what Joan was going for here, where she was just trying to immediately draw the trump when she cashed the queen and then immediately played a spade. She wanted to be in the right hand, but unfortunately that just doesn't work here because your diamond loser is there and you got your stranded queen of clubs, which is a sad moment to have.
Yeah, for the over trick. Should be able to.
Yeah. Right, John. But the club has been played, and we're going to get to pitch it anyway because Linda's thinking, why would Declare ever block this, right? It felt like a safe thing to do, and Linda is probably just going to be like, what just happened here? When a diamond gets pitched.
Right.
Right, I would probably do the same thing. Like, why would Declare ever play the club suit this way? Club is a safe exit. Because Declarer would never do that with Ace Doubleton of clubs. Pitches the heart anyway.
Interesting.
She wanted to preserve a finesse up to the diamonds, but that doesn't particularly help her because your hearts kind of can just set up, probably. So she's going to lose a heart and a diamond still because the ace of diamonds is getting cashed. Linda's going to either exit a spade or a club. And Declare's going to have to lead away from their heart.
Yeah. So it'll be.
Oh. She's going.
Oh, they took the hook. Same question.
Right. Does partner have the king of spades? The king of hearts? Goes to the same play.
And again, it's this double dummy thing where like we can see all the cards, right?
Right.
It's not that hard to find the right line for us.
Yeah. And I get what's going on here. I think that Linda here saw a way to set the contract and she's going for it. Also, hi PJ, welcome. It looks so weird to us, but to Linda, this was the way to go. And I probably would have done the same thing. All right. That was board 15. The first quarter is complete over here. How do I go back? Love Bridge. Oh. You cycle through a lot of things. All right.
So Lewis picked up 3 on this set, but
Mm-hmm.
they're still down by 60. So they'll have to go plus 20 on each of the next 3 to catch back up here.
Yeah. And let's take a look at how the USA 2 stage 3 is going. They've also completed. Oh, there's still a closed room that still has not played the hand. West is in 2 hearts. Kevin is in 2 hearts after an auction on this last board. Oh, and in the other room, 1 no trump doubled +1.
Wow.
We're going to have to look at that one.
That is a result.
So that's going to be a good swing for the Ga team. Dana ducking the heart. Oh, right.
We're
It's
playing
Dana.
hearts.
Yeah, Dana, not Dana. I have a friend named spells their name this way, and they say and it's Dana, not Dana. Gets confusing. Heart queen. This is just making. So it's a double positive swing for Team Ga. So let's see what happened in the other table. Still a close match, yeah. I'm curious. Where? How can I look at it? Go here. And then... All right. We got the 1 no trump doubled up on the screen. So how does it go? 10 of diamonds lead, immediately giving Declare a trick, but this is a completely normal seeming lead because you're just trying to set up your diamond suit. And Declare has shown stoppers in partner spade suit, so you're spooked about leading it. So I think that this is kind of a fine thing to do. Didn't work out here, unfortunately, for Bailey. So 10 of diamonds around.
Well, they can set up diamonds for winners. I mean, that's the play here, right?
Right, that's
Setting
the
up
goal. Club.
Declare exits the 10 of clubs, but
I mean, there's a fear that Declare is doing this from ace fourth of clubs, right?
definitely.
So putting in the queen.
Right. I mean, what East knows on this auction is partner opened a spade and then sat the double. And that's it, right? And then
Yeah.
the 3 of diamonds.
Was the 3 of diamonds. Oh.
So partner doesn't have the ace. Partner would have won the ace.
Yeah.
They don't have the queen because we can see the queen. So this could be stiff 3 or it could be from 4-3.
Right.
Playing, I mean, it depends on their agreements, I guess, but usually people would play upside down. They'd play the 4 here. So Bailey knows this is stiff, right?
Probably. Where's their convention card? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I have to go to the USBF website to find the convention card. But what he does is he exits the king of diamonds because he knows that he can set up diamonds some more. and it doesn't cost. And it probably just goes another club. He thinks he can get in with the king of clubs, but no, partner's got the ace singleton. Oh, that's brutal.
Right.
And then the clubs run, and Declare is able to play a spade towards the jack. Oh, and Mergy is stuck playing, being end played here too. She can't play a low spade because she gets finessed. She can't play a heart because she gets finessed. Wow, it's just a series of unfortunate of events for this defense.
Right. And then the question is like, how do you know in East seat that you need to you need to let partner win the ace of clubs?
Yeah.
Really, it would have been better on the first trick, but even the second trick is not too late to set this doubled contract.
Yeah, so Ga earns back 10 imps.
I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about not like really this case where nothing tricky was happening, but the cases as declare. How do you make your declare play as tricky as possible?
Right.
I spend a lot of time playing bridge with like beginners where, if they make a plan and they execute on it, that's a really good sign. But then when you're defending, it's like, I know what they should be doing before they know what they should be doing.
Right.
And you play against much more experienced players and you realize that sitting there as a defender, you're really unsure what's happening on the hand. You don't know what cards everyone has. And the way, I mean, like that declare play, you can come up with a line that's so much less clear to the defense, and that makes such a big difference.
Right. And yeah, that's kind of, it's not, I don't think it was particularly intentional here because Declare was just trying to set up their suit.
No, I mean, this time it's not tricky at all, right? It's just, she's leading up towards the 8 because I guess the 10 from the first club was the 10 from Jack 10-9 fourth. Is that a confusing card? I mean, it's not the highest, it's not the lowest. There's something about it that's confusing.
True.
I don't know exactly which cards Bailey would go low and which ones he wouldn't, but
I personally don't think that you could play a card that would get Bailey to go low, to be honest. Because like even the problem hand is if they just have ace fourth in Declare's hand, then you're just throwing away your last entry and your club tricks. He's thinking like this is the way to set this, and this is like I would probably do the same thing when you play coded 9s and 10s as Declare.
from Jack 10-9. I mean, maybe it looks like ace 10-9. Is this the card you would play, the 10?
I'm not sure. I don't play coded 9s and 10s.
The coded 9 would be the 9 from ace 10-9, but
I spy with my little eye a 2 hearts doubled contract. What happened here? This was in the Lewis Millens match, board 3 at the open room.
This table we're on actually also played 2 hearts doubled.
Ooh.
They played 2 hearts doubled on 3, and then on 4 they played 2 clubs doubled.
Oh, that's more interesting. Let's go over there.
The first time they got out for 300, but the second time they managed 1100.
All right, let me pop on over there to take a look at that. 2 hearts doubled, and then 2 clubs doubled.
Back to back.
All right, so what happened at the 2 hearts doubled table? Well,
a lot of people are in 2 hearts doubled on this one. You open 2 hearts with the south hand, it goes double with the west hand. All pass.
Yeah, no, yeah, I would think the same thing.
I think every table I saw played this.
Yeah.
Same way. But some people manage down one. Down one is manageable, which is shocking on this lay of the cards. When you
Yeah,
look at these cards, it looks like this is not a good spot for South.
6-0
Um,
split.
6-0 split. You had a nice little favorable first seat. Queen, Jack, 9, 6th. 2 hearts bid, but partner comes through with a pretty good hand, and then East gets end played.
Yes, the problem with having too many trump.
Right, the rare trump suit end play. So the people who are getting out for down one are kind of throwing East in at a moment that's inopportune. The people who are down two, East is managing to escape without that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the South hand roughed too many things, it seems, and went down two. At the other room, two hearts was not doubled. Kevin opted to not double the two hearts.
Well,
Which, I get it. Sure, like, you got a quacky hand, but...
and of course then she manages to only go down one, so.
Yeah, the joke was certainly good enough about the code of 9s and 10s ending test. And also, hi May Jester, good to see you. Glad you're here. Got an earlier stream on here for you. Now
I have a 6-month-old, so I wake up earlier than I'd like to.
Oh.
She did pretty well last night. This is something when you have a baby, all of a sudden, like your whole life revolves around how well this other person sleeps at night. And she slept till 8, and we called that a win. So
Woo!
now I'm a morning person.
Yep. I think I did the same thing to my parents, although they might have already been morning people. But I remember hearing stories of I would wake up and like I was always able to get out of my crib. So like parents' worst nightmare. I would crawl out of the crib, I would crawl into my mom's room, and then I would pull on her hair.
I've had to ban earrings. I can no longer wear earrings.
Oh, do they like to pull on the shiny earrings?
They're shiny, they're grabbable. It's like you hold her and you give her a hug, and she's just like,
Ah!
it's too easy.
Ow!
It's a bad combination.
Okay, what went on with this two clubs doubled fun hand? Oh my gosh.
Right, so undeterred.
North. Okay, so North doubled. Tries to run away from the redouble by bidding their best suit, two clubs. Unfortunately, that also happens to be William Bailey's best suit.
You can't keep running. I mean, at some point you have to stop running.
So they decided to stop at the first chance they got. I mean, the spades are also ugly, right? Like, you're not going to run to spades. Jin was just like, well, we're both kind of like, this is bad.
Yeah, and so here's my thing. I hate these takeout doubles.
I do too.
I mean, she has a full 14, so it's a little hard to blame her. These like unshapely takeout doubles without like the 4-card major, or I could go on. Obviously, sometimes you have to suck it up and do it. Maybe this is one of those times,
Yeah,
but
sometimes you just have to show those values. And I think that I too might have gotten into the same thing of like, yeah, I've got a double here. I've got too many values to not bid something. I mean, the other thing is fudging a 1-no bid, but that's all.
not gonna do any better there.
Oh, PJ loves these. Oh, PJ. Uh-oh.
I'm not saying I would win most of the time, but I would have won on this one. I don't think I would have bid. I think I would have passed. I feel like if I don't have a 1-no bid, and I don't, then I can afford to let it go.
So yeah, you get thrown into this horrible two clubs contract, and they start cashing their diamonds on you, which is a great feeling. you get a spade over, and then you know that the spade's getting roughed, so you guess you just gotta let that happen. They're just starting to take a million tricks on you. Eventually, they're gonna find a heart switch, of course, and you're gonna have 2 heart losers as well. So yeah, no wonder you went for minus sticks and wheels.
Tough one.
Well done by Mergy and William to be able to be like, hey, you're done. We're gonna get you.
Yeah, so they played 1 no doubled in the other room. A spade double reachable.
What did I suggest? Oh, wait, you tried to run the 1 no trump. I suggested bidding 1 no trump immediately instead. That did not happen here. Jeff is more reasonable than I am.
Oh.
But this goes better because you don't get roughed.
And you're just a level lower.
True.
If you're not going to take any extra tricks in the trump suit.
I like this play where Jeff exits a diamond. Is just like, hey, yeah, I like diamonds, guys. But Kevin,
That can't be yours.
Deceptive. Get these club tricks. And wait, is Kevin getting a little bit squeezed here? No. I'm just stupid. Oh, thank you for following, Bridge.
I think you're the first channel I've ever followed on Twitch.
Oh, yay. That's awesome. All right. Can we get another shout out, PJ? This is Maya's channel. Everybody go follow Maya, like, right now. Search up Bridge without the E on Twitch and hit that follow button.
It's such a bad name.
It's not bad. Okay? Like, it's just, you're so excited about Bridge that you have to say Bridge, and then you accidentally misspell the last one because you're so excited.
There aren't enough. Is there a limit on the characters? Is that why I did it?
Probably. What? You shout. Oh no, PJ, that looks so bad. Why did you shout out me? Oh, yay. Silly streamer shouts out himself. Go follow BridginWithKai right now, everyone. All right. Are we getting... What's going on with the live? Oh, I think we might be getting cards. Let's get back. Can I go back to home? USA 1 semifinal.
I'm going to check Greedy Bot.
Okay,
I feel like we should do a switch, you know?
All right. So who's what side is Brady Bot watching in the Rubenstein-Dinkin team match?
I just have to get through an ad for a New York mayoral candidate before I can find out.
Thank you, Lurkner. Back to lurking. Much appreciated. Hi, Wilder Bridge. Welcome in.
Is looking at something on BBO.
I need to try to follow, but accidentally unfollowed Kai. No! You just know where the follow button is. Okay. Let's see if I'm given an ad.
He's doing, I don't know.
He's looking at the waiting for player.
Oh, there we go. He's back.
He's waiting for players.
He is in the open table of Dinkin Rubenstein.
So we'll go to the closed table, which is are Dinkin and Yoko playing together?
Or... they have been. They're going to this set.
This is also like just perfect because you're watching Yoko, and also we're playing a strong diamond system. Why are you calling
Ooh,
me
it looks
potential
like we have
spam? So like we just have
thinking and creative.
yeah, it would be kind of bad for me if I wasn't watching the strong diamond table, right? Gotta promote strong
When it
diamond.
works,
Hmm?
when it works, it works.
Yeah.
Um, these are just really fun teams in general.
Yeah.
I am very excited about them. There's a lot of New York representation.
Woo!
So follow me on Instagram, nyc.bridge.
Yes.
And just like, I don't know, it's just these teams are so full of nice, fun people.
You would think that you'd want to hide up the system from other players so they don't pick up on how great it is. Well, we have another strategy. We make it look like it's a meme system so that everybody laughs at it, never plays it because it's a meme, and we just kill everyone with it. It's a strategy. Everyone knows it exists, but they're also like, oh, this sucks. But then they're surprised when it works, right?
So what's the pitch me on it? Give me the pitch for the strong diamond instead of the strong club.
Um, yeah, so the strong diamond, the idea is that in strong club or strong diamond or whatever, the worst bid period is the strong bid because you have so much range in there.
Sure.
And the strong club tries to limit how bad it is by giving you more space through the strong club bid itself. But the main issue with the system is your nebulous diamond bid or your nebulous club bid that is the other minor of whatever strong bid that you're doing. And by making that the lower bid, you give yourself more space to explore when you could have any hand and this limited range that you don't otherwise have. Like if you have the one diamond bid, it becomes really, really difficult to find a lot of things when you open one diamond and it's nebulous. And if you open one club and it's nebulous, you have just an extra bid here. So I think that's the point. One of the main points is that you're giving yourself more space in the lower level auctions when you know that you have a weaker hand to try to kind of scramble to find your fit when you're less likely. So yes, diamonds are one level higher than clubs is the simple way of saying it. But I think we're just, the main thing is that we allocate the extra space to one rather than the other. And it depends on which one you want to allocate that extra space to. Do you want it to be for the strong bid to try to help find your fits or make your relays finish lower? Or do you want to allocate it to your weaker, more nebulous bid where you don't, where you might want to stay low? Of course, I'm biased because I play strong diamond, and it's not necessarily that I prefer one over the other. It's just that this is what I'm used to, and the logic makes sense to me in this way. I like to be able to scramble when I have a guaranteed lower points and more space to figure out what's going on with that. So that's kind of my understanding of why strong diamond over strong club.
So what do you play over the one club?
Over the one club, one diamond is artificial, almost game forcing. We start relays pretty much after that, but we also have the ability, because we open all 10 counts, if we have a 10 to 11 balanced hand in the opening, it's not game forcing after we've shown that. We can re-game force after that. The one heart is a natural one heart. The one spade is a natural one spade. One no trump is also natural. So you're able to like stop in one no trump even with some invites as well. So I think just the extra space there to be able to differentiate between a balanced 10 to 11 count and an unbalanced 10 to 14 count, where is just really, really helpful for our purposes. You could also like not be opening all 10 counts as well, so maybe it's less necessary, but that's how we handle it.
Yeah. All right. There you have it. The pitch.
The pitch for Strong Diamond.
We all play it now?
And PJ has a question. You make it look like a meme system by playing it. Well, PJ, I'm kind of a meme. Let's be honest. I should probably take Bridge a little bit more seriously than I do. And, well, how often do you get interfered with over the one club opening, and does that take the relay off? Yeah. We have to have three steps taken away from us to take off the relay. So if they bid one diamond, the relay's still on. If they bid one heart, then the relay's still on. Double is our game forcing bid. And asking for relay. But if they bid one spade, do we have enough space? No, we don't. So one spade is kind of the cutoff over the one club. Over the one diamond, if they bid one heart, if they double, if they pass, if they bid one spade, the relay is still on. But if they bid one no trump, then we have to go back to natural messiness. So you just have to bid one spade and you can win, but it has been proven in bridge law that you cannot have a solely destructive one spade bid over a one club or one diamond opening. That's not legal. Don't do that. It's mean as well. Very, very mean-spirited. One spade is everything. Was it Zia who came up with that idea, or was it somebody else? It's a great idea. Bob Hammond says that the best defense to a precision one club is a three spades overcall. Yeah, just keep bidding three spades and I'll double you. See what happens. It's just that one time that you actually have your bid that I'm going to get punished. All right. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the break. We're almost done. So what is your system of choice, Maya?
Oh, I'm a simple person. I play a simple system.
That's good.
2/1 forcing to game.
Woo! Represent.
You know, I play XYZ, but I'm on a little bit of an anti-XYZ crusade. I feel like it works so much worse when it doesn't end with one no.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'll take these. I feel like XYZ is going to go. I'm calling it now. XYZ is going to go out of fashion.
Yeah, I think it kind of has, because I've been told by some other people that I revere a lot in the bridge community, and it just makes sense to me that XYZ, like, you've got fourth suit game forcing at your disposal,
right,
is the key thing, in my opinion.
And it's it's so ambiguous what is going on those auctions compared to the 1-1-1 no auctions, right, where you know exactly what's happening in partner's hand. What's my favorite convention? Oh, I'm sure you're playing this one. This is a Drew Cavalier special.
Ooh.
Invitational shifts.
Invitational jump shifts. Okay. So this is like the one heart, 3 diamonds kind of stuff. Cool.
Invitational, 6 diamonds, no 4-card major. I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
They're just these hands that you get, and then it's the perfect solution. And it doesn't, I mean, if you're not going to play like Bergen bids or something like that, it's... Right. I hate weak jump shifts. I spend all my time convincing beginners not to play them.
PJ, that was so fast. You banned those guys so quick. I just got a bunch of bots that say cheap viewers on streambo.com. get rid of that. I hate that. That's one of the worst things in Twitch and YouTube is that there's bots that come in here trying to... It's so lame. I'm gonna pay for views. It's not good for you. Because it's hollow as well. Doesn't mean anything. They have...
All right, we have cards.
All right. Cards! John's got a beautiful hand here. Oh, I can block terms like cheap followers. Smart. Yeah, thanks, Lurkner. I'll work on that. One diamond. Pass. Georgia. Pass. Dinkin, are you going to balance with your 5 spades? Nope.
No.
It's got a 6 count. Balanced hand. So one diamond is going to go... I have a prediction that it's going to make.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Cool,
so.
cool. Yeah.
So what's the plan? I'm gonna rough some spades, draw some trumps. That's the first thing my mind goes to, is just immediately rough spades. Could rough and finesse them too, if you wanted to. Be fancy.
Right. I mean, you don't have, right, you only have 3 trumps and...
Right.
I don't know. Are you going to be able to rough all of them?
Yeah, you need entries back to your hand, which Yoko has kindly gotten rid of West Club, so maybe you do have the tempo to just do like a pure cross rough. And you also can be fairly confident that South probably doesn't have 6 spades unless they've got absolutely nothing, because most of the time you're going to just balance. Yes, May Justin,
Right.
you need to get back into playing bridge. Go ahead.
You have a pretty good count on the hand here, right? Like you just said. If you assume South doesn't have 6 spades, it seems quite unlikely that West is going to have 5 spades.
Yoko makes a great switch to the Queen of Diamonds. Now fewer spades are getting roughed. You're not confused because it seems like 1 diamond is natural, showing 5 diamonds? Well, it's... You're not confused. You're now confused. What do you mean? I mean, Georgia is just going to pass because she doesn't have points. That's all that's going to happen. Oh, goes for the roughing finesse. And another diamond is played, but you only need to rough 1 spade now. Because you set up your queen.
Right. Like, obviously, you're hoping the king's one side, but I think when you find the king offside, the fact that you didn't rough, does it cost?
I don't think so. I think you were always going to lose a spade anyway because you...
After the trump switch.
Yeah, the trump switch. We don't care if they roughen now because it's with a natural trump trick. We're saying, Yoko, please rough. And now there's pretty much like nothing you can do in hearts except for like hope that South has like honor 10 doubleton or something. Which is not the case.
Yeah, I mean, just looking for the 10 in the South hand, right? This is what the 9 is.
But you still would have to play another heart. Like
Jack of Diamonds is on exit. King of Clubs, you can pitch on. And then North is still unplayed.
True.
Oh, then they exit a heart.
Yeah.
All right. The other room is also playing 1 diamond, so I don't think we'll see a big swing. I don't think anyone's going down. Might be an over trick.
Should South have doubled? Um, we were thinking South could make a call. If anything, they probably would be balancing with one spade. I think you can, but it is a little bit weak. You are a balanced hand, so maybe you aren't particularly interested in it. Yeah. Right, PJ.
Just not enough cards left.
Okay. We've got a bid that I gotta click on. One
A
no is
12 to 14.
12 to 14 balanced. One no. Dinkin here sitting with his what is this? It's a 12 count.
Oh.
Just yeets out 3 no with their 5 card. Yeah. I support this. I do the same thing.
Well, caught Yoko here with what she's decided is a good 11. So you gotta love those 23-point games without a fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. This is not gonna be fun because uh clubs is ew, but club lead is nice. It's nice. Probably gonna just try to exit a heart and play another club. Set up a club trick. Like, you're kind of just scrambling for tricks as quickly as you can. You played a system where the last hand would usually double, which made sense if the second hand was reasonably strong, but had no reasonable bid. Yeah, right. Yeah, we would... I'm of the same mind that you should be balancing quite liberally, but yeah, a 6 count is a little bit spooky.
So they can now come into 2 club tricks, 3 diamonds with the queen on side.
Mm-hmm. 2 hearts. And what's going on in spades? I guess you could get the way that they lie, it's only 1 spade trick. It's just that the defense don't necessarily have something that they can actively work to set up. I guess the spades is the best chance, but unbeknownst to Declare and the defense, John doesn't have any entries to the said spade suit. So this contract might have a little bit more merit than we're giving it.
Right, I think it has play.
But it's going to be a long bit of thinking because it is certainly not an easy one to play at all.
And the club spots even, you can pick up.
Right. But the problem is you don't have many entries to clubs and you don't have many entries in the north hand to finesse.
Well, the game does an entry. It turns out you have a spade entry.
True. Yeah, the club suit could be very important all the way down to the 4.
Fun one. I don't think I'd want to be in this contract, but
no, I certainly wouldn't.
But it might work out.
So we're thinking they're going to get 3 diamond tricks, 2 club tricks, 2 heart tricks. That's currently got you at 7, 1 spade trick, and maybe you're able to squeak out like 1 more club or squeeze west and hearts and diamonds.
I think you pick up the second spade trick. I think you play a spade to the 10, and you find the ace, and then when you play another spade up to the king, the queen comes down and the jack is high.
Yeah, you're right. You can come up with 2 spade tricks.
This has a decent chance of coming in. I mean, it's, again, it's one of these things where it's like, yeah, I can see how to make the contract, but
yeah, and that's definitely a viable option. Right. Spade to the 10. Yeah, great find. Also,
I think for a minute it'd get too complicated to remember anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, same. Like, you come up with all these plans, you come up with all these ideas, and they're jumbled around in your brain, and you're like, I'm going to go with this one, but then you forget what the plan was somewhere, and there's, like, one little fact that you forget. Like, your brain can only hold so much at one time, you know? That's what makes this game so beautiful, because it really makes your brain work.
My favorite is, like, the trick 10 tank, where I have to play every trick back in my head and remember all the cards that were played.
Yeah, that's also a really but like when you get it right, it's so satisfying, right? Because it's like, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that because of that, and that happened because of that. And you're just like constantly like in your brain, and you're like, wait, I found it. You get your eureka moment.
Right. He's all spades. The other room is having an exciting auction.
Ooh, what's going on over there?
It went
Oh, we
a
got some
club,
redoubles.
a spade, which is artificial denying a 4-card major, and then a 1-no rebid. So kind of more normal 1-no rebid. And then 2 clubs, which was alerted but not yet explained. But I mean, clearly East has a club suit.
Yeah.
And then double from South, who also has a club suit, and redouble from West, presumably
Run.
for rescue.
Run away.
Yeah. Right. So this is it's a more exciting auction at this table.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see where they end up. Oh, cards are being
All right.
played.
So diamond up to the jack. That's step 1.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to play a club up towards the jack, I would presume.
Seems like it must be.
Like, you don't, at this point, you don't want them knocking out your entry with the diamond because you don't know what's going on in spades. And you have, I guess you don't have plenty of entries to the hearts, but you can, like, save your ace of diamonds.
There's so much work to do on this hand.
Yeah, it's a little, it's really spooky because you're afraid to, you know, like if it goes club, queen, low, diamond exit, you don't necessarily want to play the king because, like, you don't want to have to cash the jack of clubs and they can just cash another club on you later.
Right. I mean, the ace of hearts is in that hand. So club up. And now what will Georgia come up with?
Diamond seems like the most critical thing here because that attacks entries, but Georgia doesn't know.
And I mean, Yoko's already played on diamonds. Like,
you might just fall into it because there's not much more to do, right, PJ? And you're saying that East, yes, East does have a problem here. Don't want to exit clubs. You don't want to exit hearts. I mean, you might want to exit hearts, like if partner holds, like the queen of hearts. You can get a finesse position, like a low heart. Oh, wait, the jack is there in the dummy. Okay, no, queen of hearts is nothing. If North like had king jack, you might want to play a low heart to set up a tennis.
this is not comfortable. So what does Georgia know?
She knows North has 2 clubs. I think she would probably expect that North has the diamond ace as well. So it's just a question of what North's heart honors and spade honors are.
So at trick 1, Cran pitched the 7 of spades from ace 9, 7, 6. And then at trick 2, played the 9 of diamonds. And then on this club is pitching the 3.
What kind of carding do they play? Where's the USBF website? Where do I have this saved? Also, what's going on at the other table? Where did they land? They're still at the redouble.
Oh, I saw a TD call at some point. I don't know if that's what's happening.
Oh, maybe. Okay, what is the Cranyak? Stinkin versus Rubenstein. Standard honor leads. Udka, no Smith. Yes, it is a beautiful diamond fish. Gotcha, Hane. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Is the pitch suit preference?
So she finds the 10 of hearts, which doesn't cost anything here.
Yeah. Also could be kind of deceptive, because, like, who underleads the ace of hearts with the 10 of hearts here? Not sure it's really going to help anyone here. But also, now I think it helps Declare, because now Declare has a little bit more versatility with their entries.
I mean, everything helps Yoko is the problem. Except maybe a diamond. So maybe a diamond is the right choice.
Yes. Agreed. PJ, you said it perfect. I think a heart just helps Yoko in her extensive work to set everything up. Extensive work.
All right, so now what?
There's a...
All right, 3 tricks. She has 2 more diamonds coming, is 5.
There could be a really uncomfortable position for John in the future as well, because he's holding the hearts and the diamonds and the ace of spades. So, like, cashing a club here, John's going to be agonizing on what to pitch.
Right, so from a loser's perspective, she's lost 1. She has 2 aces still to lose.
Yep.
If she cashes the club, then she'll also have a club to lose.
Right.
And then can't afford any more tricks.
So she might want to do that later. Set up a heart now, diamond to the king later, cash the club later. So it might just be something like it's really hard still, because Georgia can still exit a diamond before the spades are set up and muck up everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has. I mean, there's a lot of ways that this can all work out. I feel like the natural thing to do is a heart now. But then the heart exit, I mean, it's hard to set up all these things, right? Because, like, in your work to set tricks up, you end up making yourself vulnerable in those suits when you still have work to do in the other suits.
Yeah, Jack, the 10 of hearts is certainly, it's clever. It's oh, I was not expecting this play. King of diamonds. Jack of clubs. Or maybe she's hoping to end play Georgia in the end? Into leading a club for her?
I mean, she can always force her way over in spades, right? I guess, no. If all the cards are offside.
Yeah. Okay, so Georgia can't exit it. Like, now Georgia's in a very uncomfortable position again.
I feel like a heart here looks pretty normal.
Agreed. But, you know, like, if the 8 of hearts and the 7 hearts are switched.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's all a mess.
I think that Yoko might have, like, gone for this whole idea that Georgia was really struggling in the beginning on her first play. So let's just put Georgia in again and make her struggle some more.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But who's to say that Georgia certainly had the ace of hearts, but maybe with all the thinking that was going on, since it wasn't an immediate heart switch, then she's probably got the ace of hearts. I don't know. There's a lot of logic going on. Could be flawed, could not be as well.
I mean, clearly no one wants to be the first to touch spades.
Queen is strictly wrong if the spots are tracked. Well, who's to say that Georgia didn't lead from 10-9? Like what what are you seeing here that I'm not seeing, Espellos?
Oh, it's Sam. Is he on Twitch
YouTube chat.
or on YouTube?
I'm actually surprised that John didn't put in the 8. Because South is the dummy, right? Oh,
Right.
you
So
thought
then
it,
he would here.
you thought it was East-West contract. Okay, gotcha. I do that too. I appear at the table and I'm like, I know who's playing this. Georgia finds the hard exit. That's good for her. But now what for Declarer? I guess you kind of just have to exit a spade and pray, but I'm not sure Declarer can do it anymore. Well, no, they can. They can. Still, the spade to the 10 idea works. They can only cash the heart and the spade.
Whoa.
The Jack.
I don't think Jack is it though.
Jack is not it, as it turns out.
Oh, but no cover.
But no cover. Spade to the
And she goes,
ace. And now she's gonna make, right?
I think so.
She's gonna get ace of diamonds, 2 spades, and a club.
No cover. I'm surprised to see no cover with Queen N1 here.
She did it so fast. She did it in tempo. And that is something to be applauded.
I mean, she's had a lot of time to this. There's been a lot of thinking on this hand. People should know. I expect people know kind of what cards they're going to play on what cards, but now the queen's just going to come down. I mean, she was hoping that they were just playing Jack to the king, I guess.
Yeah. Ducked? Oh, wait. Does this change anything? It might. You might not be able to get to your club in the end.
Down. She has a spade entry.
Oh, right. They can't duck twice. Queen, king, ace. Yeah, you do have a spade entry.
So now we can cash this heart, but
It's just not enough.
no. All right, so she pulls it in. Other room played 2-0 making 4. This is a pickup for the 23.30.
Yeah, also, Anita, ducking slowly kind of gives the game away, yes, but also the game was going to be given away regardless. It was just a matter of making the right play at that point. Like, if North had started with 2 spades, ducking is correct because you don't have an entry anymore. But I think that John knew that that probably wasn't possible just on the count alone.
Oh, we got a dink and diamond, everyone.
Ooh, ding and diamond. Ding and
Very,
diamond alarm. Ding, 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 ding,
can
ding.
you right? Can we? Is that how Twitch works?
I don't have a soundboard. I'm not that professional of a streamer yet.
Oh, okay, okay. I need a bell, something. Dink and diamond alert.
And we get a 2 diamonds, which is artificial relay. Shows both minors. Hold up. Hold up a second. Is that the same thing as what we do? Yes, it is. That is the same thing. Okay, 2 hearts asking. and if they do it the same way that we do, 2 no trump would be the bid. 2 spades would be a hand that has 3 suits. 2 no would be a hand that has the shortest suit is spades.
The thing about these auctions is like, I feel like they take a while because you both have to do the normal work of evaluating your hand.
Right.
And also the extra work of trying to figure out what bid in the system describes it.
Yeah, the decoding.
Okay. Either 4-4-3-2 or a 4-4-4-1 with 1 major or a 4-4-5-0.
Yeah, and part of it is also typing out the alert.
Yeah, good point.
So it does take a lot more time. And when I was originally learning Relay and playing Relay for the first time, it kind of opened up my brain in a way, in multiple ways. First off, you start thinking in hand shapes. That was something I'd never done before. Like that there's like 6-3-2, 6-3-2-2s, 5-3-3-2s, 4-4-4-1s, and all of this, because like you just constantly are thinking about them in your head. It's like partners showing this shape, this shape, this shape. They could have all of those different shapes, and you can't ever really think of a bad hand shape again. The other thing is that you're kind of thinking just from in the bidding, you are seeing partner's hand as they are revealing it, and they are like, okay, so, and you start playing out the hand as you are asking partner these questions. Is like, how is this going to play? It makes it a lot easier, and it's kind of built this skill in me where it's like, this is kind of like how I look for slams now, is like seeing partner's hand, what have they shown me, and how does everything fit together? And I didn't start doing that until I've started playing Relay auctions. So I think it kind of fast-tracked me in those sorts of things. So what have we shown now? We've shown a 2-3-4-4. Okay, well that aligns.
It's so many bids to have shown a game forcing hand that's 2-3-4-4. Like it's, I mean, fair enough. You've described the hand, but
right. And Dinkin's thinking, well, if partner has the right number of controls, we have a possibility of making slam. Like if partner has not limited their hand in any way. So if they have, like, they could have ace king of hearts, ace, like they could have so many controls here, and slam is certainly a possibility. So there's no point in stopping. The problem is that the point in stopping is that if partner gives you an answer that you don't like, now you've committed yourself to 4 hearts. So 4 spades here is showing some number of controls, 4 controls, ace equals 2, king equals 1. So now Sam probably knows that she has 2 aces over there, because
right.
it can't be an ace and 2 kings because he's got 3 kings.
Good point.
So at that point, he probably should know just bid 5 hearts. There's like literally nothing else here, because if partner has 2 aces, then we're off 2 key cards. So
yeah,
stop in 5 hearts, but the other tables might stop in 4 hearts. I don't think it really matters here, because I don't think you can really, unless you're getting tapped out somehow, I don't think that there's a way for the defense to set 5 hearts.
There could be, though. I mean, it's when you're off the ace king of trumps, it's definitely feasible to be going down here where you didn't need to.
Like, I think the way that you do it is if the trump split 5-0 and you get off to club leads. That's how you do it.
Or if someone just has a doubleton. If the hand with 3 trumps also has a side suit doubleton. Right? You lead it. You win the ace of trumps, you lead it. Partner wins the king, and they give you the ref.
True.
In this case, Dinkin and Yoko have doubletons in all the side suits, so they would be able to refi. But like there certainly is risk in getting to the 5 level here.
But the 5 level is never a fun place to be. Like even 5 minor, you're like, I don't want to be here. I would rather be in 3-0 most of the time. Unless you're like, you look at it and you're like, yes, 3-0's going down. They can run 7 diamonds off the top.
If they find a diamond lead from the hand with only 1 diamond.
Gosh, why do you have to bring this into reality, Maya? Like,
It's just always heartbreaking.
you're like, I found a great 5 clubs contract because they have running diamonds, and then you see that the other table made 3-0, and you're just like,
I had this one this weekend. It goes 1-0 on my right. We haven't talked about systems over 1-0. I'm just filling in. And I bid 2 spades on my like 5-4 in the majors 12 count, 13 count, something like that. And it goes 2-0 on my left, all pass. They're playing 2-0. I lead a spade. Dummy hits with a stiff spade.
uh-huh.
No spades here. I come across, we win the first 5 spade tricks, and then they take their 8 top tricks and go home.
Yeah, you're like, you got this like rush of like,
I just used a good one for this.
you get this huge rush of like, I have taken 5 tricks off the top. There's no way that they're making. Surely we have another trick somewhere. Nope.
They bid 2-0 without a stopper.
Why do people get rewarded for this?
Didn't even have an invite. It's a 7-point hand.
Ugh.
Oh,
They just 2-0 to play.
2-0 to play.
Ugh.
Let's go on spades, cross your fingers, and hope for the best.
Who does that?
It's just I play with. It was just a game with people who don't have a lot of system.
Yeah.
It wasn't a.
Fair.
It wasn't a strategic oversight. It was just a good break. But you know, sometimes you get them.
Yeah. All right, I need to close the window. It's getting cold in here.
Where are you, Kai? I've lost him. He's not here.
All right. 5 hearts make in. Precision bidding. Or strong diamond bidding, should I say.
There you go. Where are any of us these days? I asked where you are, Kai, but
Oh, sorry.
the answer was away from the computer.
I had to close the window. It's cold. I am in San Francisco-ish area, 30 minutes south along the coast.
Gotcha.
Yeah, big warm hoodie. I've gotten cozy, honey. And it's one of my favorite hoodies. This is it says one of a kindness on it. This was like a little campaign that happened in high school where kids, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't particularly productive, but we spread kindness. That was the idea. Whether or not we actually did anything is a whole nother question.
I've had this experience of being like on the subway with the baby, and she's the world's cutest baby. So who can blame people when like they're all smiling at her and they're so happy to see her? They're always saying like if people are just being so sweet. Like the number of God bless hers I've gotten, you would think I was in the South. Like it's just people are so nice, and then at some point you grow up and people stop being nice. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, normally, just like not as a rule. And I feel like I've had this little moment of like, what if we just keep alive that feeling of compassion we have for even my screaming baby on the subway?
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think it kind of like takes people back to like when they were a kid. It's like there's this nostalgia effect that happens whenever you see a baby. You're like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And you're just like in this mindset of this is so cute and I have to be nice. And like it just comes naturally, I guess. I don't think it's a matter of I have to be nice. It's a matter of like, oh, I'm just unconsciously being nice.
Yeah, I mean, if she smiled at you, you would feel the same way. So
Oh, yeah, certainly. I'd be like, oh my God.
is this gonna work?
Oh my gosh. Wait, I have to
Cute.
say it. God bless her.
I know, right? How could you not?
Oh my gosh, so adorable.
Just the world's cutest baby. There
Babies,
are a lot of cute babies in the world.
yes, so many cute babies. You made Hane say on twice in a row. Yes, babies.
Uh,
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
There's Jacob Strickoff in the chat. Says woo New York.
Yes,
Jacob, are you in New York?
he was in New York before. I
Hmm.
forgot where he said he was again.
All right, well, we'll see if he gets back to us. YouTube's, I think, a little delayed.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Okay. I don't know if have I seen you and not recognized you at our Wednesday night games at Honors, the best club game in the country.
He's in Roosevelt Island.
My great grandfather on Roosevelt Island.
You're bracing yourself for some type of intra-New York geographic rivalry.
I'm a New York transplant, so I don't have any stake in this game. If we move to Boston, I will have some strong opinions.
He hasn't played in any clubs in NYC.
Yeah, okay, well you should. Wednesday night at Honors is like a genuinely really fun game. It's a lot of like normally the club is always fun. It's always a good time. You can catch me there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays with all of my friends, but I will not try to convince you that like you'd be the youngest person in the room if you were 50. Like it's quite a scene. But Wednesday nights is a different story because all the people who play bridge and work show up on Wednesday nights, and it's a really strong game and just like a fun game. There's usually alcohol.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
And just like decent quality bridge. And, it's often we end up with like, a lot of like local pros playing with friends for fun. And so if you're in New York and you haven't checked out the Wednesday night game, people really should. I think you'll find that it's a fun time.
Jacob, I can confidently say that you would not be the youngest person at the room at 38. Aren't there some youth players that arrive in there as well?
The Wednesday night game, you would not be the youngest person in the room at 38. If you come during the week on one of the days I direct, you would not be the youngest person in the room at 38 because I would be there.
Also,
but otherwise you might.
Yeah. And funny thing Jacob said is that he moved from Boston to New York in 2010.
Oh.
So, similar paths.
I am newer here.
Yeah.
Moved in 2021.
Yeah, right. You said that before, but yeah, okay, gotcha. Oh, fun play here. Diamond trick promoted.
Oh, we didn't do our Dinkin Diamond alert.
Oh, gosh. Well, it'll happen next time.
Okay, I'm sorry, everyone.
But also, we were talking about the New York bridge scene, which is
a passion of mine. 2020 would have been quite a zag. I would say 2021 was just a good moment for rent prices. It was like post backs. Stuff was open, but you could get reservations.
So, are we going down here? East, west. They're gonna get a diamond trick. Can they get 2 club tricks? No, I don't think they can. Well, they might. I'm gonna play club, and I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, Jack of Spades. The Jack of Spades is high. I forgot about that as well. Great job commentating.
Jack of Spades is high.
Um,
They're gonna win at least one diamond. Is 7.
the question is, can they get 3 clubs? Is Yoko gonna play a club to the 10 or a club to the king? Probably a club to the king, right? Like, there's no point in playing a club to the 10 unless specifically Georgia has Queen Jack, right?
I think they'll split.
Well, she might not if she knows that there's no entries. And she did it smoothly, but it wasn't enough. Went for the 10.
I think it's just splits. It's down. I think this is the
No, because the 9 sets up. Right?
Queen, King, Ace.
And then you just knock out the Jack.
Jack of Diamonds pitching what?
Oh, yeah, I see. You get a heart trick in the end, right? Interesting. Yeah, because there was another diamond there. And you run out of trump before setting up the last club. Whoa.
I honestly feel like I am not that good at knowing when to split or not. I probably do it more than I should.
And I probably do it less than I should. I play against a lot of not super strong players, so like I just play low because they aren't gonna play low. I just know they aren't, and it's probably a bad habit to be in.
Where do you mostly play?
Um, well, I don't even know if I play at all. If anything, there's like this club in Palo Alto where like
I
I make videos. That's what I do. I make videos, I direct, I teach. I barely even play bridge anymore. Like you probably get how that is now that you're like getting into directing as well, because you're like, I'm here to direct. I'm not here to play. Oh, you grew up
Yeah,
in
it is.
Go ahead.
That's the same S Bellows as you're finding on YouTube. Um, it is a funny thing about directing. You spend like all your time at a bridge club and then you feel like you haven't actually played a hand.
Yeah. You're from Palo Alto? That's where you grew up? Yeah. Well, I'm near Palo Alto. If you know where Half Moon Bay is, that's where I am. Um, Kai is foreshadowing the AI future by partnering with the robot. I mean, I do partner the robots a lot in my videos, so Wednesday night game at Honors is the best, says Jack. Yeah.
And I do a trivia night on Wednesdays, but I could probably do Tuesdays. I don't think we're gonna manage to get all 10 tables of people to switch nights. But there is trivia other nights of the week.
Ooh.
You know, just skip it once, show up, see how it goes, then you can
Yeah.
decide in the future which is better, trivia or bridge.
You gotta try it, Jacob. Gotta try it.
Report back to the channel.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I I want to play more, but I also want to make more videos. I also want to direct more, and I want to teach more. I want to do all more, but I just don't have the time to do more.
Oh, got it. I mean, there are days every afternoon, games every afternoon. It's just that I can't as wholeheartedly endorse them as the best club games in the country.
I mean, you might be. Wait, can't you see this table at the New York Honors game on Wednesdays? Is this a possible table to have?
The one we're watching,
Yeah.
you can catch Georgia for sure. I don't think I've seen Cran in New York. I think he left. Yoko has been spending a bunch of time in Wyoming recently.
Oh.
Dinkin, I think, is a West Coaster.
Wednesday specifically, yes, Jacob.
But the other table,
Mm.
the open room, Anam, Radu, and Raluca all show up at honors.
See a lot of this table there.
Right. These guys are here there. And then Georgia is not playing right now, but Georgia is in quite a bit. And then the other pair on Dinkin, Emma and Joe Grew, Emma Klesnick and Joe Grew are both New York players.
So yeah, the New York scene is very, very rich with very strong players. I like that plan. Wednesdays might cause a riot, though you may be able to convince your friends to learn bridge instead of trivia.
Now that is an idea. I think we've nailed it.
Yeah.
There actually is, we've been experimenting with different ways to do this, but Wednesday night, like running in kind of in parallel with the open game, some sort of a beginner game. I've done like a duplicate game with the same boards, which is fun because then you can talk about them after.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've been doing like nuplicate where they go over the hands as they play them. So we've been experimenting with kind of what to do for beginners on Wednesdays because I do think there's like a real need for something for new bridge players. You also can just show up and play in the Wednesday night game, which is like a really tough field, and get dumped on and learn a lot.
I would be afraid of that, so I can't completely say that's what I would do, but
there are people who do it though. It's very brave and very impressive, and I love it.
oh, look at that. The hearts are coming in. We get to we're gonna make. Yes, that is definitely happening. With an over trick. So it's gonna be a push. Dinkin's in the lead.
Where did they pick up this set?
It was the 2 diamonds board where Georgia didn't cover or didn't split.
Right. And then also the 3-0, 23.30 that Yoko pulled in.
You don't mind losing? You've been doing it your whole bridge life, Jacob. Fair.
That's a good attitude.
That is a good attitude, but eventually you have to convert it into winning. I don't mind winning. I've been doing it my whole life.
Well, it's a moving target.
Right.
I feel like the thing about bridge is it's so rare to actually have a result that you're happy with. You like always think you're a little bit better than you actually are.
Mm-hmm.
And so your expectations for yourself just like keep getting better as you keep actually getting better.
Right. So true. Oh, take a diamond alert. Take a diamond alert.
Ring the bell, ring the bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Woo.
Artificial
All right.
15. Whoa, she's upgraded this 14 count.
She's upgrading over here. She's feeling herself.
It's like,
Yoko's like, do you know that when I upgraded my 11 to a 12, I played a 23.30 and I made it? I can make anything today.
yeah. You lose most trivia nights as well. So I guess it'll be a Wednesday tradition. You just lose on Wednesday. You're the opposite. You think you're worse than you are every time. Every time you make a hand, you're like, how the heck did that happen? See a 1 heart, which is 5 plus, or 5 to 9, artificial, forcing for 1 round. West shows both mages. Yeah, John's got that. Two clubs. It's natural and non-forcing. I presume that redouble probably would have been another relay ask. I think that's what Isaac and I do. Get another double here, which is possibly, is it? No, it's definitely not penalty. What is this? What is the double? What's Georgia doing? I guess she's saying bid your suit. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would want partner to bid their suit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no alert. They might not have a strict agreement here.
True. Maybe the double shows more values and this double could be penalty for Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, she has a hand that if her partner has a hand, they could want to penalize, but he doesn't really.
He doesn't really have a hand. Well, he does have 13 cards, but it's like it's not
Queen, fifth,
it's values for playing the hand, not defending.
right. He has an offensive hand and stiff ace of clubs.
So John ends up playing in their worser fit.
She's gonna correct here. Oh, she's not correcting.
Mm-hmm.
So this must be he can be 5-4 here.
Yeah, probably. Maybe that's what the double is what's your preference? Bid something. But that should be alerted if that's the case. Oh, we got a little dot on it. I think this when it happens like this, there's probably a question. Like somebody asked, what does this mean? There's no alert explanation, but there's a little star on it.
Right. I think that's right. So she's now telling us that it's take out.
What is your better major part now? Ooh.
I wonder if now she can bid spades. No. Nope.
I don't think so. I think that she would have loved. Well, maybe she would probably have much preferred to see partner pass the 3 clubs bid, but John does have ace singleton, so I sympathize.
Yeah.
Non-vulnerable. Who knows? They might go to 4.
You just take the what is it called? The gondola. Take the gondola across the river. You'll be right there. Yeah. The walk. Unlike the Bay Area, it's a beautiful day in New York today. It's 70, it's sunny.
The sun is actually coming out right now. I see blue sky. And I'm just camped out in my home watching bridge. My favorite thing to do.
The tram. Not the gondola.
The gondola? I'm like, are we talking about like in a gondola in Venice?
It looks... No, not that kind. Like this. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. You'll see why it's a gondola.
So Yoko now knows that she can give her partner a rough. Whether or not she wants to is a whole other question.
This thing.
Oh, I call that a Schwiebelbahn.
A what?
A Schwiebelbahn.
Oh, sure, of course.
You see blue sky, you see Twitter headquarters, and Meta is over there. Yeah, that's definitely what I said, Anitas. Or maybe that's you. Can you see Twitter headquarters and Meta's over there? But I'm pretty sure it's the fact that I'm near Silicon Valley.
I'm gonna open the door so that I'm not getting made fun of for sitting inside. Nice day.
Yeah, you're like, see, I am exposed to nature. The wind is blowing in my face.
Yeah, soon everyone will get to hear the nice sounds of construction happening out the window.
Ooh, lovely. I love those. There has been a house next to my house that has been being in construction for the past 2 years. It's horrible. And I live in the suburbs, you know? It's like, it's supposed to be quiet and peaceful out here. All right. What's Declare got going on here? They got 2 diamond winners. They got a bunch of spade winners. They just gotta, at this point, Declare just needs to draw trump as quickly as they possibly can. They could have the rest of the tricks.
Right. So what's happening? North South's taken 5 tricks. So this contract is down. This expert commentary I can provide for you.
Woohoo! Look at us go. We have concluded that the contract is down.
Yeah. You take 5 tricks and you set 3 hearts.
Easy. Could have done that in my sleep. It was basically give partner roughs, right? Ace of spades, king of spades. Ace of spades, you see 3 spades in the dummy, and the other person has shown a bunch of spades, so give partner rough. Unexpected benefit of working in construction, as you have experienced, is that construction noise is no longer registers as a nuisance. Yeah. Is it a melody to you? Is it like music, or is it just like you don't even recognize it? Yep. George has got a 3 spades call. I agree with this. Now, the interesting thing is, what does Sam do?
This is an exciting spot. The other
Yeah.
room played spades.
But also, doesn't just 4 hearts make? This is a double game swing alert? Like, what? Possibly. But John's probably gonna... PJ, they might be raising on a singleton. That's a little joke where people laugh at me because I would raise preempts on singletons. No, they didn't do it. Dang it. Now I sound like a fool. Do you just double here? I don't know. I think
In the other room. Did they not preempt with this hand?
maybe. North definitely has a double Mage Esther. It fades into the background except when someone curses and then I cover your head. Are we gonna see a... Could Sam possibly be considering passing?
I'm not sure this is the way the auction was supposed to go, but in the other room, I went 2 spades, past 3 clubs, past 3 diamonds, and then she tries to put it back into spades with 3 spades, but Radu bids 4 spades and then brings it in.
Wow. Well, we made it to game in a different manner here. So, success for Georgia and John, and it's gonna score better too. Will they be able to take the same number of tricks? Probably, pretty easily. Just lose a heart and 2 spades because the 10 happens to be falling, or just getting played in front of your face and you're like, oh, yay, thank you for the 10. Yeah, 3 spades, excuse me, is pretty easily gonna make ace king of spades and a heart loser, but that's it.
Here, right? To hold it to 3.
Yes, a club could have been exited to hold it to 3.
But now it'll make with an over trick, which is going to be a swing for Rubinstein. I am not good enough at imping to know.
Yeah, I think that Yoko might be able to find the club rough. It certainly is a possibility that partner has avoiding clubs.
Well, it's too late now. She doesn't have an entry.
Yeah, there's no way in.
She did not, in fact, find it.
Little did you know you had to find your partner's void. Even though East is the one who showed a long spade suit, feels more likely that if anyone to have the void, it would be East.
Right. Easy to see from where we're sitting.
Right.
That club array card. Okay. 7. The word is in. 7 imps for Rubinstein.
And Rubinstein has taken the lead again.
It's a close match.
Yeah. It's intense, y'all. All right. There's not going to be a possibility of a Dink and Diamond alert because before it gets to Yoko, we're going to see John bid something.
Very disappointing.
Unless Sam decides to psych one diamond. Certainly is a possibility.
I think the system goes a little off the rails if you start psyching.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on psyching?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm good enough at bridge to psych. It's like I just am unable to tell when it's gonna be a win for me. I've been accused by my partners. I've more than one partner has said to me, every time I make a stupid bid, you have 3 and you raise me. And that is true.
Yes.
I always raise on 3.
Yes. Yes. Isn't that what
I
I'm
never
supposed
raise
to do? Yes.
Yoko is playing Sam stuff.
Yes. And if there's any, we're rooting for good bridge. We're always rooting for good bridge. But personally, I believe we're rooting for the Dinkin team. Because I'm a strong diamond person. And Maya Yoko got Maya, was one of the people who got Maya into the New York bridge scene. Oh my god. I'm still not awake.
I'm Team Yoko. It is, I mean, it's just there are so many fun pairs here, though. So many fun pairs, so many fun players.
I did not see the 13.1 diamond where they faked the king of clubs in a slam auction while Yoko was holding the king of clubs.
Which board, Sam? People want to know. The alert of double is penalty.
Ooh. Get him.
2 hearts is showing spades.
Oop.
This double is for hearts.
Hearts. That's I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No, I mean, I wouldn't. But they must have some agreement about this.
Yes, 2 hearts is showing spades. Yes, the alert of double is points. North bids 3 hearts. Because I was expecting South to be having a lot more heartage going on.
Right, I mean, vulnerable here. She's like often going to compete to 3 hearts.
Yeah, I mean, like if it had gone 1 no double, 2 hearts, double, pass or something, right? Like that's when you would want to be playing in two hearts doubled ever, but like that's never going to happen. They're always going to run back to spades. Partner bids three hearts a lot of the time when they have a good heart suit. Like your partner's going to bury you more often than not. Like,
I mean, partner's got a huge hand. You're right, Shriram, that some good restraint to keep out of four hearts.
was board 7 last set? We can look at that after. Yeah. You would 100% try to buy this double of two hearts.
Barry, he says.
Oh, Barry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, two hearts should show something, right? When you have the king, jack, fourth of hearts, like, what does partner have? Ace, queen, fifth, and an offensive hand.
Yeah, that's what I would be envisioning. Not this. Maybe I'm being too critical, but.
Right, so the other room played two hearts down one.
Mm-hmm. And here, unless Sam roughs with the 9, probably
I think Yoko's playing this one. We're in
oh,
the
so
north.
Yoko's playing this one, yeah. I'm just seeing Sam's name on the hand.
There's the 9.
There's the 9. So what more tricks are going to come?
Forces
out the ace. So actually, if he plays this perfectly, he can also go down. Well, she can go down 1. Gosh darn it, Kai.
Wait, what's happening now?
Club rough. Wait. Can she
East
make
West
this?
can take this trick.
She's going to make
and
this. This is making.
Yeah, the 8 of clubs is high. So she just needs to get in and draw trumps before something gets over roughed. But I mean,
Rough the spade
unless
too.
hearts are 3-0, it's safe to rough high on the spade back here.
Right. This
spades are 3-0. They started 4-0, 4-1. Did I say spades? I meant hearts. Trumps.
Wow. Well, maybe this double of 2 hearts has merit. They got to 3 hearts and they made it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go plus 100 in the other room.
I mean, drawing trumps wasn't going to be enough.
Now she's cold. I mean, there's just nothing more to...
Yeah. You can wave a stick at it, but...
spade to deal with.
I'm just rough with the queen. As long as it's not 3-0, right?
Again, as long as it's not 3-0.
Like, they might have had to draw trumps like at trick 1 or something. We're gonna have to take a look at how the other room beat 2 hearts. But this is...
they're split.
6 imps for Dinkin. And Dinkin has taken the lead by 1 imp.
A swing on every board.
Woo! Swing bridge. We're having fun.
In the other room, they played 2 hearts in the south. It went 1-0, 2 clubs showing the majors. She's only 4-4, but this hand is just so good, this north hand. Their double maybe isn't for penalty. I don't know if you have it up. And Rubenstein picks hearts, and there they play.
Where is it? Yeah, I've got it up. They lead hearts, so the spade roughs are limited. So once it goes heart, rough with the 7, ace of hearts. Well, roughing with the 7, I think, really helped. And then a diamond exit, really giving them nothing to go on in clubs as well. You just got... Oh, you get tapped out. Oh, dear. Guess the clubs incorrectly. And you just... Wow. You know, just the beauty of a passive defense, right? It's gorgeous. Draw their trump, keep throwing them in with things that don't help them, and just watch them squirm. It works wonders. All right. So now we're playing in three spades. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong table. Silly me. I'm looking at the wrong table once again. Okay, 3-0. Do you have the split screen up, Maya?
Do I? No, I could. The problem with the split screen is it shows you where they're playing like in the moment.
Yeah. Which is good, like, if you just want to, like, have an overview synopsis of, like, what's going on in the match right now.
Right. So they're playing 3-0 in the South.
So this
They
time...
did not play it.
Yeah. No heart fit. Decided to show a balanced hand instead of...
Like he's alerted this as not necessarily balanced. Usually minimum.
Oh,
Not
is that what that
necessary.
was?
Yeah.
And
Heart is 10-14. Two clubs is game forcing or artificial. Two hearts shows hearts and clubs. 2-0 is a relay break. Usually minimum, not necessarily balanced. And then 3-0 one presumes is to play. Yeah. Right. And 3-0, I mean, it looks like they're going to take a lot of tricks here in 3-0 on this low diamond lead.
Mm-hmm. Bork mentions diamond, that 3-0 is better than 4 hearts because of diamond, diamond, diamond problems.
Right.
This is going to make, because you can just run hearts, just keep exiting diamonds and making the opponents play things. I mean, even right now, she's got 4 tricks, 2 hearts now, and then ace of clubs and ace, king, queen of spades. Like, there's just so much here for Declare. Have I switched roles again? Whenever Sam's playing it, I think Yoko's playing it, and whenever Yoko's playing it, I think Sam's playing it.
uh, it is confusing. I mean, I think especially on this auction, it was confusing. West is almost end played.
Almost, nearly. Just need to get rid of those clubs, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actually, they are, right? If Declare cashed 2 hearts, club ace, then exited a diamond.
Well, now this is just over.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they would have been end played. Interesting. Good eye, Bork. Because then the clubs are gone.
What do we call that one? A name for every squeeze?
Uh, I don't. I mean, the closest thing that I would know is a strip squeeze, but I don't know the names of everything. I just play the cards.
That's how I feel.
All right. Good luck, Wilder Bridger. I couldn't beat him. Go beat him. One spade. Pass. Thinking? Why are you thinking? Am I frozen? Okay, he did. He eventually passed. Maybe he was just like taking a while to figure out what his high card points were. Taking a little break. You never know. One no. Probably he's gonna bid hearts now, Georgia.
In the other room, they made it all the way to 3 spades.
Ooh. Yeah, Georgia decides to jump here. The 3
5,
hearts.
5, 13, 15. This was the same thing that Emma and Joe Grew were playing, I think. What do you do with the strong hand? Do we know? We think they play Gazilli.
It would probably be Gazilli.
So now they're getting to 4 spades.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So you've got 2 spade losers. A diamond loser and a club loser. And potentially heart losers as well. This is not easy to even make 3. Oh, wait, you might be able... Sorry. But on the...
Club can go away on the diamond, probably.
Right.
Not on this, though, because you don't have an entry.
Right, you have no entry.
You have
Well...
to rough a heart. No, ace of diamonds and a
Yeah, the spade lead is really powerful because if you... Like, the one thing I'm thinking is ace of spades, heart to the ace, diamond up. But then they can just exit another spade and you don't have an entry to the diamond. So spade lead here is really, really painful for a declarer.
But I mean, it's tricky for that reason. But playing the spades herself is a mess. Right.
I mean, isn't it still a mess, though?
Ace of spades. I mean, you probably have to take the heart hook.
Yeah, you probably take the heart.
Rough a heart. Club to the ace.
Exit
Right.
the queen of spades.
Ace and the jack comes down.
Like even on this line, you're still down 1 if you take the heart hook, I think, because you got a club loser, you got a diamond loser, and you had 2 spade losers. Because the 9 becomes high eventually. You think it's most troublesome? Yes, I agree. Single dummy, I would be like, why am I here? I'm in pain.
How did we get here? Right, so the 13 to 15. Heart only has 7.
Oh wait, I'm a fool. Wait, ace. No,
I think double dummy this is a helpful lead, but I think it's really hard to find. I think you have to like strip the hearts.
Oh. Well,
and then put east in, or something like that.
With this, unfortunately, now if Yoko just exits another spade, now they're guaranteed to have a heart loser, a spade loser, a club loser, and a diamond loser for down one. It's not the 9 of hearts, the 7 of hearts, actually. In the north hand. Also finesse this way, but this doesn't help, unfortunately. Maybe north pitches a heart? Yeah, maybe. That's an idea. I don't think Yoko's going to do that, though, with the auction. Draw the rest of the trumps, set up your hearts, and exit a diamond and hope that they don't have clubs. So this is... uh-oh. I'm yawning.
Uh-oh.
So this is going to be a swing for Dinkin, expanding their lead.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. She's not going to pitch a heart. I don't think we're going to find a heart pitch, but she doesn't want to pitch a diamond either. I mean, all in all, this is a little squeezy.
You feeling squeezed, Yoko? Yeah, she also doesn't know what's going on with the clubs, but eventually she pitches a club, which was right. See King of Hearts. Ace of Hearts, probably another heart.
I mean, I think she's just hoping that the heart queen could just be dropping. Like, it's totally plausible.
She's concerned about if Declare has Ace King of Clubs or Ace X of Diamonds, since she has the guards and the minors for either case. But can she... Oh, well, I guess we don't know what her heart honors look like. I'm just thinking with the 13 to 15 range, is it possible for this to happen? And now Yoko knows that under all circumstances, she just needs to keep hearts. And actually... oh, wait, the diamond in the
I mean, it's not clear what's right and what's wrong. It's not clear what's right, but certainly it's wrong to pitch hearts. And I think she and Sam both have a read on that. So
interesting how low heart here doesn't throw away anything, because the 9 of clubs and the King of diamonds are both high.
Right. I mean, this is just the setting trick. It would be nice to be able to pick up an over trick here, but or an under trick, an extra under trick. All right.
She knew that with dummy was high, so why not try a heart, see what happens, but Dinkin gets 6 more imps.
This match is so tight.
Y'all.
They played bridge.
Two clubs. Yeah, Georgia does have a nice hand, doesn't she?
Yeah, was it 21 count?
Yeah, with a 5-card suit. Two diamonds. Two no.
22, 23. So she's
Another upgrade.
doing a little upgrade. Oh, with the nice spade suit here.
Pass. And John probably just gonna yeet out a 3-no bid.
Yeah, I mean, he's also balanced. He has 8 points. So
Quackaroni. Problem is, don't you... Heart lead's a problem, right? No? Is it? I'm just like, my brain is going slam brain. I'm pretty sure that you just 5 spades, 5 spades, a heart, 3 clubs. Can I math? That's 9. 2 diamonds? No. No slam. Unless you get a heart lead.
I mean, you still have to lose the ace of clubs. So a heart from the
right. Oh, right. Yeah, even then. But yeah, a heart lead from south can allow you to make 6.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. And here's a heart lead.
So if Georgia puts in the 10, then
counting
she makes...
wins, but maybe you have a better count on them. Oh, diamonds are 3-3. No, but you can't lose a diamond in the ace of clubs. That's too many.
Interesting lead by Sam. Jack 9x is not a common lead. Yeah, but there's like a little thing where you don't underlead ace 4th, right? Like that's just... A bunch of people have been telling me that lately, and I'm like, but why? I guess you just don't do it. Right, you have XXX in the other major. True. I mean, like, but what if your partner has, like, king, queen? Or, like... Yeah, I can't find anything else that I would want to lead with. Queen 10. Partner could have queen 10. And then you see queen 10 in the dummy, and you're like, oh no! There is a world where it could be right. Ten comes in, and we're going to see Georgia just cash all our winners, knock out the ace of clubs, and be happy with making 12. Might also be regretting not bidding it. Yes, Coda first.
No, I think she knows that this heart lead is... I mean, she will find out that this heart lead is picking up a trick.
Yes.
I think we might even like get a claim here.
Yeah, it's pretty claimable.
She's gonna give Dinkin a chance to duck the ace of clubs too many times, but
All right, Georgia.
I forget that spades are not.
Yeah, the spades could break poorly.
All right, there we go.
She just says, okay, do spades break? Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah. Am I making 11 or 12?
Why not ace plus 3, 4th high lead? To be honest, I've been told a lot that you don't underlead ace fourth. Um, but there's also a general inference there that you would prefer to lead majors because Stamen was bid, and East showed no interest in any sort of majors. So, or am I wrong? What
We
did
had the two clubs, two diamonds relay. We didn't have.
Oh, two clubs, two diamonds, two no. Did it just go three no? Yeah, it just went three no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think in these situations, like one thing that I've been told is that you would rather, unless you have a suit yourself, and if you don't have a bunch of entries, it's probably better to just lead a 3-card suit and try to find your partner's 5-card suit. To try to set the contract, because even if you're able to set up your club suit, the club suit on its own is not going to be able to set the contract, and that's probably why fourth highest was not the option chosen by Sam here, even though general idea is lead your fourth best from longest and strongest.
Do you think it's different against match points?
Yeah, it might. I'm not sure. It might be because, like, if this is your suit, this is probably where your tricks are going to come from. I mean, I can't say definitively. I can only say, like, what my understanding is. But, like, I think against match points, it might be a little bit more different because you're just trying to take as many tricks as you can. Of course, you would like to set the contract, but there's always a weighing to things, right? You've got to weigh, like, if I try to go for this, but it possibly sets up tricks for the opponents, or I just try to set up tricks as quickly as possible and take as many as I can while I can get them. You could add a layer of complexity versus simplicity. You know, there's always something.
Right. So this just maybe a lot of people already know this, but maybe seems like there's kind of a diverse level of experience with these matches. What we're watching right now are the teams trials. These are scored with imps. And at imps, it matters a lot more whether you have big swings
Right.
on the hands. The total number of points you score is a really important factor. When we play at the club, we play match points, where even a 10-point difference can be the difference between a good board and a bad board. So when we're talking about how to defend these contracts, we talk a lot more about setting the contract and making the contract. Whereas if we were watching a match points game, we would talk a lot more about how to take the most total tricks, even if, you know, the contract is still making. Those over tricks would become really important.
Yeah. Exactly.
So in this auction, South opened 12 to 14 no trump. North's 2-0 was a transfer to diamonds on 9-8-6.
But you don't want partner playing in one no. I mean, there's a world where your diamonds do set up, right? But you got a 4 count opposite 12 to 14 no trump, and you're like, I don't want to play in no trump, thank you. Oh, tournament director called.
I find these a little underwhelming because I want to know the gossip.
But there's no gossip. We can create our own gossip. What do we think the tournament director call is all about?
Let's see. Well, let's try to understand the auction. East's double was for takeout. He likes his hand for diamonds. It goes pass, pass, double by East again for takeout. Pass 4 diamonds, pass 4 hearts.
Right. So 4 diamonds is kind of just saying, partner, I don't really have a preference. Just bid something. Bid whichever one you like more, I guess. 4 hearts says...
Use the whole level to do that, though.
Yeah. I mean, like... But West can't really have many extras here. They've passed twice. They didn't show... Like, I think that 4 diamonds is kind of just like a... 4 diamonds is kind of like no preference, you just say, because, like, he showed no encouragement, like, earlier. So it can't be showing extras, really.
3 round thing. So normal inference would be that 4 diamonds would be both 4-card majors. So maybe she's calling because seeing these 3-card majors, she's wondering if this is an agreement they have that wasn't
Described.
or if they have no agreement and Cran just kind of went rogue and decided they should plan a major and, you know, decided to ask his partner to pick her major, then there's no problem. But if they've had this agreement, or even if there's like an implicit agreement, if they've kind of played together enough and seen this enough that she has a better understanding of what to expect than the defense, then you have a reasonable call. Yeah. Or maybe the tablet's messed up.
Yeah, the tablets could always be a problem. You just ruined the gossip, Maya. Like, it's like it could have just been an error on the tablets.
When I was playing last year, I played in this event last year, and we were kind of right on the bubble at the end of the second day, and so people were like watching our room, and our tablets just stopped working. I was in this, like, my screenmate and I both both like weren't seeing bids from the other room.
Yeah.
And the streamers didn't know. The streamers, from their perspective, it just looked like I was like in the tank about like nothing. It was like, what is she thinking about? Is she thinking about making a takeout double? This is not a good takeout double. Like, like all this speculation about why I was in the tank. And the answer was, I clicked pass in my room, but it seems like they didn't get it.
Yeah.
This is all digital. It's kind of a cool setup. They are in a hotel in Schaumburg, Illinois. Nice little town near O'Hare. And they've converted a bunch of the hotel rooms into like playing rooms. And there are 2 people in each room. So right now on this table we're looking at, north and east, so Yoko and Georgia are in a room, and Cran and Dinkin are in a room, a separate room. And they are all playing on tablets. So like all these alerts that we're seeing that are all written out, that's actually how the information is getting conveyed. They're not talking about it at the table, or at least not to the person who's not their screenmate. So they might be asking follow-up questions to their screenmate, but the way that Dinkin finds out what Georgia's bids are is through these same alerts that we're reading.
Yeah, I struggle. I have the same feeling. I struggle with it online as well, but I also really appreciate this digital stuff as well because it makes for a much better viewing experience. Like, we get to see the alerts as the players do. We get the cards. There's no view graph errors. And I feel like as a player, I've gotten... I mean, I'm getting used to the online as well. I've gotten used to the tablets. This was the same technology used in the U26 junior trials. So it's slowly you're getting used to it. I didn't like it at all the first time, but it's starting to grow on me because I do really respect, as someone who makes content about Bridge, it's so much easier when you can just like look at exactly at what happened and then make a video on it instead of like trying to reconstruct things, do it by memory, presume what these alerts actually are. If there was a view graph error, then everything's gone and you weren't able to look at a really cool hand that had a really cool score. So in the end, I think this is better if we want to make it a viewer sport.
I actually think I play better on the tablets. I feel like I see the cards better.
I specifically play better on BBO and Funbridge. I've not gotten used to Lovebridge yet.
That's interesting.
I'm just not sure. Like, and I do feel like I do play online better than I do play in person. I feel like I have more blind spots when I'm in person. But it's just probably because I play more online. But also, I don't know. I don't know what it is with the tablets. Maybe it's just a nerves thing. Who knows? I do not play in Salso. I placed 4th in the US trials, so we were 2 places off. So I will not be there. But maybe next time. We'll see. Yeah, there's always pros and cons.
Right. I think that maybe, I mean, if they wanted to make the viewing experience better, I don't think that's their priority right now, but maybe it will be,
Right.
you know, sometime. I think that they could just write a quick note about like what the reason for the call was and what the resolution was.
Right.
If we can successfully turn this into a spectator sport, I think we'll be that wouldn't be a hard thing to implement.
Yeah, for sure. 8 imps for Rubenstein. Rubenstein. Uh, now
I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't know for certain, but Rubenstein is what happens organically in my mind. Um, are in the lead by 1 imp now. Things are just
Every
back and
board.
forth. Y'all, this is crazy. Yes, and Anytus brings up a great point as well. Your understanding is that the digital aspect reduces the opportunity for illegal signaling. So, yeah, that's also another priority for why this is happening. It's a lot harder to do illegal signaling when you are not in the same room as your partner. Yes, it certainly needs to have that better online clarity. I agree, Mayjester. It makes my life easier, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, speaking of errors with when we were playing in the U26 junior trials, for some reason, 5 p.m. There was always a glitch that happened. I don't know if it was the internet or something, but everyone's tablets would just immediately go down. They would just break at 5 p.m. every day. And the directors tried to like make it so that there was a break at 5 p.m. so that it didn't happen during play. But I I wonder if they ever figured out what that was all about. But it was just hilarious because the first time it happened, like everyone was like freaking out because everything just went down. And then the directors were just running around from tablet to tablet being like in distress because they didn't know this was going to happen. So that was chaos. Eventually they got used to it and they built the breaks around it, but that was one thing. That was one reason why the tablets were not a great thing, because of this one glitch that happened at 5 p.m. every night.
Where were the junior trials?
They were in Atlanta, at the
Fun.
Hyatt, and it was it wasn't like we bought rooms for. It's not formatted in the same way that this is, where you have the different rooms and each room has 2 people. We just had 8 different rooms, and like we had rooms where like the northeast were playing with each other from one table, the northeast were playing at another from another table, and it was just like all of these. They had open room, closed room, northeasts and southwests, and that's how they separated everyone. So you could, so no chatter was really allowed still because people could hear what you were talking about, and we were all playing the same boards.
That I think takes some of the fun away. I feel like part of the one more positive, besides avoiding unauthorized information um, and allowing for the kind of review and viewability, is being able to like talk to your screenmate is such a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
And I think kind of helps with that like sense of community.
Agreed completely. Because I did want to be social. I wanted to be my joyful self while playing bridge. Except when you're playing in an event like that, you're kind of anxiety ridden. But like, there's just some points where I was just like, you know, it would be really nice if I could just chat or like make a joke or something, because that's what I thrive on. But no, there were other people in the room that we can't disturb, and maybe my screenmate didn't want to hear it either. So who knows? Maybe it was for the best.
Yeah, it was a funny experience being in the rooms. Like some people were chatty and some people weren't, you know, so you walk into the room and you don't know what to
expect.
You
gotta just,
you don't even know who you're expecting necessarily. Like someone gets there first and then you just have to wait.
Right. Especially when you're like when you aren't given sitting rights, you just go in and sit down and be like, oh, hi. Or maybe you don't say, ah, hi. Maybe you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Right. I think I sat in a room with Yoko last year. We played against the Ding and Diamond. And we like in a match like this, we were just playing around robin. We played, I don't know, 9 boards against them or something. I'm sure we had some agreements, but mostly we were just kind of crossing our fingers and hoping that
Yeah.
it didn't get through. It wasn't too important to know how to play over their system.
Mm-hmm.
But it is when you're just like playing these round robins where you sit down, you don't know who you're going to get, you don't know what system to expect. You probably don't have a lot of agreements about how to defend it. What I've heard is that back in the day, the mixed, it was there was some rule like the women, so the mixed trials, mixed means that each pair has to be a man and a woman.
Right.
And I heard somewhere that there was at some point a rule that like women always had to sit west and south, or maybe it was the other way. And so like they had this like strict rule about not just the fact that you would have a man and a woman on the team, but also like what seats they were in.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a funny. I mean, it's a whole funny element of bridge, so like mixed events.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, big swing. Rubenstein in the lead by a large number now. 14 imps.
One.
Oop, we've got a slam alert and probably a dink and diamond alert.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So on this one that we just were looking at, they played 2 hearts in the west. The other room made it to 4 spades in the south.
Mm-hmm.
And it came in.
This hand is wild. Look at John's hand. Dear Lord, guys. So no dink and diamond. It's a 1 club opener for them. 0 plus clubs, 10 to 14 high card points. Yep.
What do you think he's going to bid?
Sam's going to game force whichever way they do it. For us, 1 diamond would be the bid. But 1 spade.
Game forcing an artificial. And now how many hearts are we getting?
4.
4 of them. 4 hearts.
John didn't really have to think about it. He's like, if I can make 4 hearts, I can make 4 hearts, Bork just says 4 seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, they're favorable, so he doesn't.
I don't know. There's also worlds where partner could just have the perfect hand for you to make 4 hearts too.
Totally.
And this is going to be really, really hard for North-South to make it to slam because they don't know anything about suits.
I mean, this one almost makes, right? Like, if clubs don't split so badly.
Yes. You have a heart, 2 clubs, spade.
I guess you actually need clubs to play nicely, not just not bad. But
like you probably want ace doubleton with south. It's a fun little thing that you could have. You could also, well, you don't have any entries. I'm like saying you could probably set up diamonds to pitch away, but the heart is 10 of hearts doubleton, but the south hand can duck. Oh, this is so weird. I love how my train of thought is always like trying to prove and disprove, and it goes back and forth, and it's impossible to follow. Bad commentator.
Ooh, they made it to 5, so not a good spot here.
Yeah. It's a lot more easier here if you had a natural diamond.
Right.
Which, this is not a thing for or against strong diamond versus strong club. It's just a thing against both of them.
Right. So they opened in the other room. It went a diamond past 2 hearts, which is showing diamond support. So right off the bat, they know that they're in a game forcing auction with diamond agreement.
Yeah. And Rubenstein are pulling away now. Yeah, no slam bid here, Mage Esther. And Anytus is asking, speaking on defending a particular pair's system, what To what degree are you allowed to change what you do when facing a particular pair? In principle, they could adjust to your adjustment and so on, and that makes things tricky regarding no secret agreements. Uh, we've got another slam alert according to Bork Talk. Six diamonds always makes. Is six diamonds cold here? Yeah, six diamonds also makes here probably. Uh, yeah. Well, yes, it does make, but it has some favorable diamond positions going on. Yeah, you need to rough two clubs, and you need to not get over roughed in hearts. But thankfully, the 10 and the 9 are with West, so you can rough with the 8 and the 7. So you do have the entries. You need to use the spades to pitch the club, and then use club, rough the club, ace of hearts, heart, roughing with the 8, 7, jack, or queen, club rough back to your hand, ace of diamonds, and then yeah, it's a tight line. It's a very, very tight line. It also does not make on a trump lead. Very true. If they lead a trump, then yeah, but they just end up in 3 now.
Yeah, same as in the other room.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. So I think there's kind of two things here to this question. One is that in these events, you're required to actually put together like a systems document explaining what system you are playing. And so that you put that together, and everyone kind of like the USBF collects them and distributes them in advance of the whole tournament. And so then people can use those to figure out what to do against systems they might be unfamiliar with. And that, I think, is an interesting question you have, because you might start adjusting your system based on other systems. And that does seem like you could get put into a never-ending loop. I think it's a little bit different than the no secret agreements. No secret agreements is more about having to alert everything.
Right.
So even if you put all your information into that document, you still then are required to explain all your bits in the moment. It's not my job to memorize your system.
Right.
So, so you would still alert everything. It's not really a problem with secret agreements, but I don't know like to what extent there are limitations on being able to iterate your system based on other people's system.
I think that you have an unlimited ability to do that. The problem, I think, would be...
But like literally unlimited? Because now aren't I entitled to see what changes you've made? And then can I make changes based on that?
Yeah, as long as it's pre-agreed and it's alerted. I don't see a problem with that at all. I think the problem becomes when, like, you're technically allowed to make any adjustments on system and make agreements, and it has to be purely based on the bids themselves and what the bids contain. You cannot make an agreement, like, say, oh, like, if two people were playing the same wacky system and you made 2 different systems to play against these different people, I'm pretty sure that that is not legal. It has to be based off of the system itself and not the people that you're playing against.
I believe you if you told me that's a rule, but I don't know it to be.
Like, I know for certain that there's a rule that you can't do something like where if one person, like, I know that there's a partnership thing where, like, if you open one, no trump.
Yeah. Asymmetrical within your partnership. That's not allowed.
That's certainly not allowed.
Well, so this is not a problem because if I make a bid and alert it and explain it, and the later see the adjustment and make the same bid and alert something different, so I would have to have discussed that with my partner. So within one match, they like literally can't talk to their partner.
Right.
So that would not be an issue. I guess there is a chat. I think you maybe could put in the chat, like, let's do this over that.
Yeah.
But that should be fine. I think the problem is specific to this event where, and there are some other events as well, where you're required to put together a system.
True.
Put together system notes.
Yeah.
That's where you would drive, there's someone at the USBF who like collects these things and is responsible for like getting all of them and uploading them all. and you would drive her crazy if you started like reading your systems and then updating your system and then sending her like, hey, I have a new system. And we do X until we see Y, then we switch to Z.
But the system summary forms are
Yeah,
not supposed to be a
system over what they do. Like that's allowed. It's only specific to this USBF thing where you have to put together your prearranged systems document.
right. And it's supposed to be a general overview. It is not intended to be like a complete comprehensive like a complete comprehensive like system notes of your system, right? Like it's not going to really particularly cover the defenses of other people's systems as well. The point of the system summary forms is to alert you to what are highly unusual methods so that other people can then look at them and figure out, how am I going to handle this? How do I deal with the Dink and Diamond?
Right. I'm gonna look and see how long the Dinkin system is. Yeah, so the Dinkin system is just like one page of stuff. So it's not that comprehensive.
Yes, it could. Yes, you could make that agreement. You could say, yes. Do you? Yeah. Any test. That's totally fine. But I don't really see an example where that particularly applies. But yeah, that's completely fine. As long as the agreement is based solely on the bids themselves, that's okay. Or you always, as long as you're doing it consistently against the same pairs and whatever, it's got to be just a system based off of bids and nothing else. All right, well, it's halftime, everybody.
And this was a big swing just in these last couple boards. It was quite tight, and then in the last 4 boards, Rubenstein put up a 34 to 1 imp run, which is basically the entire margin right now. But still 30 boards to play. And it's, what is this? A 26 point game, 26 imp game. So there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
On this.
So
unlike Lewis Millen's match, where in this set Millen's won by 29.
Oy, oy, oy.
Right, so they're now up 89.
Yep, they're pulling ahead quite confidently ahead of Team Lewis. So, yeah. But
should we take a USA 2?
Yeah, the USA 2 bracket. We've got the closest match there is. It is exactly tied at 61 between Henner and Ding. Kai, will you be streaming the event all week? I want to, but I probably cannot. I guess I don't have to deal with school, but there are some things that I have to get done. Some things I don't know about that I know I'm going to have to get done. But if I were able to just sit all day and live stream with Maya and others, that would be the dream. The other
well, I put Thursday on my calendar.
Okay.
On my schedule.
Yes, Thursday I can do for sure.
Thursday is, so this is what, day 2? So this Thursday will be USA 2 because I think USA 1 is the semifinals finish today, and then it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday for the finals, one presumes.
Yeah.
So if people want to watch USA 2 on Thursday.
I also cannot do Friday. Friday is like my most busy day, period. And that's just the finals of USA 2. So I can't watch. I mean, it's gonna be good bridge, but the matches where the climaxes are happening, you know, I'm not gonna be able to watch the finals, unfortunately. But the other match, Bailey is ahead of Ga by 24 4, if I'm mathing correctly. So the closer matches are actually here in the USA2 room. So, sounds cryptic. What do you mean cryptic? The stuff I've got to do? Bro, like...
Stuff I've gotta do.
Well,
Kai, don't get bullied by the chat.
I understand
Stuff
that.
I've gotta do.
I've got stuff I've got to do, y'all. I just basically I have a trip coming up. I am blessed to be going to Italy for vacation on the 21st. And that means that I'm not going to be able to make videos while I'm there. So I kind of have, and I don't have any videos in reserve right now. So I kind of like need to use this time to kind of like stock up. Bullying successful. I have to make stuff in advance so that I'm not like gonna be taking a 2-week break, you know?
It's very responsible of you.
So yeah, I can't, and I have to be doing it for ACBL. I need to be in communication with BBO as well. So like, there's just, yeah, I can't be live streaming all day. I mean, unless like the live streaming doesn't really count because I can't like live stream and then post it later. I don't know. Problems of a content creator, am I right? It's stupid. This is going to be you someday, Maya, right?
Oh yeah. All the content.
All the content.
So much content. All right, well, this was fun.
Yeah. Do we want to meet back up for some more? See how these end, or are you busy?
I'm not that busy. I will have a baby.
Well,
she's up in about an hour. So,
well, as long
maybe that's a positive.
It could be a positive. You know, babies drive viewership, right?
That's what I've heard. People want to see her smush an avocado popsicle into her face.
Aww.
Might be a good use of time.
But yeah, I'll be back to live stream the rest of this for today for sure. And yeah.
All right. Well, I can probably be back. I mean, maybe we'll text. Maybe we don't have to.
Yeah, this could be something that is going to be on the fly.
Take this offline.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Like, no, baby already exists. She's just at daycare.
Deliver in an hour.
Oh
my God, Bark. Yeah.
All right.
Don't forget to go follow Maya at bridge without an E on the last bridge on Twitch and nyc.bridge.
nyc.bridge. There on Instagram. There's like there's a part in the Twitch settings where it says you can like edit your name, and I went to edit it, and then it's like no, you can only change the capitalization, which doesn't help me with the last E.
What? Well, I know that if you create an account, you can't change your name for 30 days or 45 days or something, and then once you change it, you can't change it for another 45 days. So you can change it just in 45 days or something.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll without an E at the end. Yeah, that's exactly right. Twitch TV.
That
right.
That's the best thing. Imagine having to type that out every time.
And you know what's terrible about this is that Anita's even put the E in the third bridge.
Yeah. All right. Time to have a break.
Okay.
I haven't eaten anything today yet, so maybe it'll wake me up. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Maya.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
Thanks. Bye.